for different stakeholders to have their input into these bills. I read this matter at least twice last week, asking the Speaker, please avail time. This business of ambushing the different stakeholders, whether it be political parties, law society, and other stakeholders, NGOs, and so on, to bring their input into the bill on the very morning. Letters were reaching them in the morning and saying, come right now. That's not consultation as is envisaged under the law. And the Speaker promised that she will avail time. As we went into the weekend, the joint committee was processing this bill, meaning that stakeholders were locked out, their views disregarded. That means that's not a law for the people, because laws are made for the people, and that's why there's provision for them to be consulted, and there's 45 days provided for within the law. That was flouted. We did hear the government chief who said something very interesting, political or otherwise. He represents the government. And one of these bills, the most controversial one, was the government bill, the UPDF amendment bill. He said, for us, we have decided that this bill is going to be passed in its form, in its shape, as it is. So, government, why did you then bring that bill to Parliament? If you wanted to pass it, why did you not just decree, like Idi Amin Dada used to do? Decree and say this is law. Because when you bring the bill to Parliament, that means you're going to subject it to scrutiny of members of Parliament, of committees, and different stakeholders. But they were saying, no, for us, we have decided it will pass as is. Meaning even the input of committees and other stakeholders was disregarded totally. We said, let's go to the House and raise this matter again. Because that's our platform. And we said we are not going to make it easy for them. So this morning we went to the House, and as you saw, I did raise this matter for the umpteenth time to say, Madam Speaker, can we proceed within the law? You cannot bring reports when there's not been time for consultation. That means they are reports of just a few people. We also got information that the majority committee report of the joint committee must have been generated. We don't know whether it be from State House or wherever, but members were just called to sign, because yesterday they left the hotel where they were before the report was worked on. They went to State House in Tebe. They did not return to the hotel where they were processing, together as a joint committee, even for our colleagues to be able to have their minority view heard, to say, okay, now this is what you have processed as a joint committee, but we are disagreeing. They did not go back to the hotel. Instead, this morning, we understand they were just called and said, you come and sign, where, Parliament, or whatever. So they were just coming to append their signature. That means even the committee process did not end as it should have. Because that's how you produce committees. I mean, committee reports. You sit, agree, disagree, produce either one report or multiple reports. But they ran away, and they did not go back. I want to appreciate our colleagues on the committee who put in a lot of effort. Because as we were seeing the direction the majority committee report was taking, they said, let's be the voice of reason, and they put together very good thoughts, and a very good minority report, which I believe the country will have occasion to look at, the members of the general public. Very good report. These people did not sleep. I spoke to them late in the night, got to them again early morning, and they were still up putting together an amazing minority report. But of course, as we got to the House this morning, it became clear the Speaker was not interested in following the due process. When we were saying, but there's not been adequate time for consultation, why are you hurrying this? What's the hurry about? Speaker was saying, oh no, you wait for the Bills Committee stage, you will raise that matter. But we're saying before the Bills Committee stage, we are raising this issue procedurally now. Because once you go to the Bills Committee stage, you cannot go back and get stakeholder views. You can't, you'll have moved. And clearly we realized they were not interested in that. We said, no, this is a sham process. And we agreed we shall not be part of a sham process. And we are categorical about calling this a sham process, because once a bill has not gone through the consultation that is envisaged under the law, it is sham. This same bill goes against the ruling of the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court was saying civilians have no place going before military courts. Even soldiers, by the way, who are beneficiaries of the ruling of the Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court said even these soldiers, for offences that are provided for within the Penal Code Act, take them to the civilian courts. Only service offences, internal disciplinary issues, should be tried by these disciplinary courts. But clearly, government was saying, we shall flout that too. So we said, we have made our case. We have made every effort to try and appeal to the reason of the Speaker, and she has failed. So we said, no, we are not going to be part of sanitizing a sham process. We chose to leave them to continue with their sham process, and we have taken a decision that we are going to court over this matter, because we have adequate grounds. One, of course, Article 92 of the Constitution is being flouted. The decision of the Supreme Court is being disregarded. But two, there was no consultation. And you say these people are not smart. Even when you want to do something, you have an end in mind. At least you consult. Listen to the various views of different stakeholders. Then you can disagree with them. But first listen to them. They do not want to do that. I mean, in the past we have been part of bills which we disagree with and so on, but we remain up to the very end, put out our minorities and so on, and then we say, okay, the majority have had their way, but the minority have had their say. In this case, they did not even want the minority to have their say. That's why we said we will not be part of that sham process. So we are going to court to raise these grounds. One, we are telling court, government, and parliament for that matter, is in contempt of a decision of court, the Supreme Court at that. Number two, due process was not followed. There was no consultation. Even though the majority committee report was arrived at, it was sham. And that's the matter. We want to take this matter to court and put the courts to the test. And we are glad that sometimes when the courts are pushed to the test, matter, this very matter, because the matter went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said no, civilians should not be taken to military courts. We are hoping that the courts will speak out again in defense of their space. And of course we know that there's different stakeholders that have hinted on the possibility of going to court, whether it be civil society organizations and others. We'll connect with them. We'll connect with them so that we get to have a joint suit and be able to put this matter to the test. I thank you. Muluganda, eggulo twabadde wano ng'ababaka oludda oluvuganya era of course twabaddewo abamu babadde mu komiti era twabasabye basigaleyo abalala tebasobodde olw'ensonga ez'enjawulo abamu tetumanyi kuba oli awo bo banenyonnyolako bongabbo naye twatudde ne tuwayamuko mu mateeka agaleeteddwa era netukkaanya nti olunaku olwaleero tugenda kukeera tuyingire ssenteeserezo palamenti. Twagambye nti yes, abantu abamu bagamba temulinnya nayo, naye netugamba yes, tubawuliriza katugendeyo tukozese platform eyo gyetulina. Kosi bingi byetutababuulidde naye twabagambye saawa nnya zigenda okuwera katuyingidde palamenti, era njagala kwebaza ababaka bannange saawa nnya zagenza okuwera nga saidi yaffe mugiraba ababaka gyetuli nga tulindiridde. Twagenzeeyo of course nga tumanyi byonna byetuzze tulaba tuyitamu mu bbago, naddala ebbago erya UPDF n'erya political parties amendment bill. Gonna amateeka gano ng'olaba agaddusa supiidi nakyogerako era ne sipiika ne mugamba nti muwadde abantu ab'enjawulo okuwa endowooza zaabwe olunaku lumu lwokka ate mubayiseko olwo olunaku lwennyini. Ekyo tekisoboka, tukiwa obudde, tewali kisiriira, tewali kyetaagisa kutuddusa misinde, obudde tubulina, eno si emergency. Era netugamba n'okugamba nti abantu bano bulijjo wabeerawo ebikwa bitalaze, amataba nga gayodde abantu, ettaka ligwiridde, abantu ebudduuda, ekalangala, ensoko ez'abalumba ne bafiirwa ebyabwe, ne kaakano gavumenti natuusayo byanga. Tugamba ebyo birina okubeerako sipiidi y'ekitalo ennyo. Ebyo tebalina na kusooka kujja mu paalamenti, mugende muyambe abantu abo. Ensonga ezo tunazoogerako ababaka mu bitundu eby'enjawulo nti ewaffe ekibambuliro kyagudde wano, kino kyabaddewo, gavumenti dduka misinde. Naye ku nsonga enkulu tebajja kudduka misinde, ku kino ekyokunyigiriza bannansi ate badduka misinde. Olunaku olwali twafunye information nti ne committee report, majority committee report, naye terayise mu mitendera gyerina okuyitamu, kubanga bannaffe babadde ku woteeri nga bawayamu ku nsonga ez'enjawulo, clauses ez'enjawulo naki, aba NRM ne babayita okugenda Entebbe State House, era n'ababadde nga bali mu meeting nga bagamba nedda etteeka lino likyamu, bagenze eri bagenze okuvaayo nga byakyuse. Naye ate bannaffe bano olwavudde Entebbe State House tebazzeeyo gye babadde bateeseza ripooti yaabwe. Kitegeeza ripooti tebagimaliriza bulungi ng'akakiiko. Ne tuwulira babayise ku makya nti ripooti yino mujje musayininge, eyo ripooti yavuddewa. Era bagiteesezzaako wa mu State House, ani yagiwandiise kubanga babadde mu komiti. Process teyawedde. Era bannaabwe ne babagamba kale mugende mu kukasa miitingi yammwe, tujja kubalinda. Babalinze tebalabiseeko. Naye ku makya nga babagamba ripooti yino eri wano mujje musayininge. Nga beebuuza ripooti eyo yavuddewa. Tuzzeemu nate era kyokutula twagambye tugende mu house makya ga leero. Nzijukiza sipiika nti watugamba ng'ensonga eno tugyogeddeko wano, obudde obwebuuza ku bantu ab'enjawulo tebukozeseddwa, abantu bano tebaweereddwa chance ab'enjawulo, ebina by'ebyobufuzi, Uganda Law Society n'abalala abasinga ebbaluwa bazifuna ku makya ssaawa 2 jangu ssaawa 3 otuwe endowooza zo, ate tugenda olina kusukka lunaku lwa leero. Lwaki? Era nga tusuubira nti sipiika oba oli awo ayinza okuswalamukko agambe kale tukyogeriku ku budde kubanga tewali kyakupapya. Ye naga nti tulinde ku stage eddako, bills committee stage, ensonga ezo muzireete. Tugamba nedda tetuyinza kulinda bills committee stage kubanga wotuukira eyo toyinza kudda amabega nti ate kakati tudde mu consultations. Ekyo oba okikola wano mu ntandikwa. Mwalabye ne government chief Hamson Obuwa Mutumbi nga bavudde State House n'agamba nti ffe tusazeewo etteeka lino, amateeka gano 2 gombi tugenda gayisanga bwe gali. Ekitegeeza nti mwali mwebuzaabuza okulireeta mu paalamenti ligende mu komiti n'okuwandiikira abantu ab'enjawulo amabaluwa bajje bawe endowooza zaabwe, kubanga bwe gavumenti chief whip gavumenti yaleeta etteeka lye eddagala erya UPDF. Bw'ovaayo n'ogamba nti ffe tugenda diyisanga bwe liri. Lwaki temwagamba mukama wako Mwami Museveni ayise degree? Itamin dada yayisanga ze degrees. Kino kyensazeewo liteeka muleme kubuzabuza abantu nti mulireese wano mu paalamenti n'ebirala n'ebirala, kubanga amateeka amalala gayisiddwa nango getuwakanya nga tugeetabamu. Lwaki? Kubanga waakiri wabeerawo prosesi etuwayo endowooza zaffe, abantu ab'enjawulo ne bajja ne bawa endowooza zaabwe naki, ate nno baalikoze ekyo singa babaddemu akeeso oba n'okutegeera nti kale waakiri abantu bano newankubadde tulina kye twagala okukola tubawe chance bawe endowooza zaabwe. Ebyo nga tebaagala biwulira, badduka speedi. So kwe kusalawo tufulume tubalekere ebiteeka byabwe bimenya amateeka. Tugamba tugenda kwetaba mu process ekola ekikyamu, kubanga consultations tezikoleddwa. Supreme Court yawa ebiragiro byayo, ate ebiragiro bya Supreme Court mulimu kubifuula ekimenya ssemateeka yaffe akawaayiro 92. Tetugamba nedda eno process eno ey'obumenyi bw'amateeka ffe tetujja kugyetabamu. Oba oli awo singa waakiri bateekawo process yaba ne babebuuzaako kugamba ne bagezaako okulaga nti kale newankubadde tetukkaanya nammwe naye endowooza zammwe muzireete, ekyo tebakikola. Kwe kufuluma. Mu kufuluma tusazeewo nti tugenda mu kkooti okuwakanya amateeka gano agaleeteddwa mu bumenyi bw'amateeka abatabadde consultations n'ebirala. Era ne kkooti nayo tugigamba nti kkooti ensukkulumu yawa ekiragiro ekyo kivuuliddwa kkooti mugenda kutuulawo mutunule butunuzi, temujja kwerwanako. Kati tusobire kkooti ejja kwerwanako. Weewaawo tukimanyi nti waliwo abantu ab'enjawulo, NGOs n'abantu abalala ebitongole eb'enjawulo nabo abalaze nti bayinza okwagala okugenda mu kkooti nabo. Tujja kukwatagana nabo era ensonga eno wamu nabo bonna abaagala okugenda mu kkooti tukwatagane nabo tugende mu kkooti ku nsonga zino. Mwebale nnyo.
This person actually has views.
Thank you, Honourable Opposition, for that brief statement. We're going to have a few questions. I think we shall mix. You can mix in Uganda. Yes, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Diana Olwenya. I work with UPDF. Mr. Law, after the walkout, we witnessed there was some bit of disagreement in the section of the opposition force. There are those members within the opposition who are not agreeing with you on the walkout. Where does this leave the opposition, Parliament, and where does it leave your side?
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kanai.
Thank you. My question to you, Lord, is yesterday you had said you actually going to attend Parliament.
That's actually exactly what I wanted to ask.
Today you attended Parliament before even the bill was introduced. You had already, I think, planned the walkout. And then some members of opposition stayed in the House, even though they were the minority. Aren't you sending mixed signals?
Okay. Juma?
Thank you. Mine is related to theirs. Yesterday, you unanimously agreed to attend the Parliament today. And today you single-handedly took a decision to walk out without a consultation with your opposition. Yes, this is this is because
How can I zoom out? I need to zoom out.
in this meeting, as the reason as why it has taken so long
It's not sense.
for this press conference
You
to
see,
be held
it's
is
even
because
more
you guys
focused.
are arguing. This is some kind of disrespect.
Thank you, Juma.
Thank you, Lord.
Because how come an iPhone that it won't focus?
Members,
It's not zooming in.
Not say that the mandatory report was so good. So why didn't you wait for the mandatory report?